Akon scanned Africa, and by now, I'm sure we've all seen the headlines, heard the whispers. Akon, the multi-platinum artist, the man who sang "Locked Up, They Won't Let Me Out," has officially abandoned Akon City after 7 years of not building shit. Akon promised Africa its very own Wakanda forever. A futuristic, eco-friendly smart city powered by its own crypto. Sounds like a dream, right? A true glow up for the continent. But fast forward to today, that dream looks more like a dusty ghost town with a few goats wandering around. So what the hell went wrong? Was this a noble vision that hit hard times, or was it something shadier all along? So today, we're talking about if this was just a wildly ambitious project that crumbled, or did our boy Akon pull a fast one? We're about to expose the paper trail, the lawsuit, and the serious red flags that might just confirm what many already suspect. And I'm gonna warn you right now, this ain't gonna be pretty, but it's the truth. Let's talk about it. Back in 2018, Akon unveiled a vision straight out of a Marvel movie, Akon City. Located on Senegal's Atlantic coast, it was pitched as a $6 billion eco-friendly smart city powered by renewable energy with cutting-edge infrastructure, its own resort, bizarre tech district, and even a citywood district for filming studios. The plan was revolutionary, designed to showcase what was truly possible for Africa's future. The promotional video showed stunning skyscrapers and uniquely shaped buildings. Senegal was hype, even asking local residents to move from the land for a fee. It was supposed to be the first LEED certified mega project in Africa, a utopia city, inspiring developers. They thought it was going to be something better than Dubai. However, the reality today is nothing was built, despite promises for phase 1 completion by 2026, including hotels and tourist attractions. Visitors to the site find very little, and by 2024, all that existed was a mere skeleton of one building looking straight out of a Minecraft and graffiti-covered youth center. There are no roads, no housing, no solar farms, just overgrown fields grazed by cattle and goats. The grand vision remains just that, with little tangible progress to show for the billions promised. The dream started to crack early, right at the foundation. Literally. The land chosen for Akon City near Mubudin, I think I said that right, was originally owned by hundreds of local villagers, and these people were supposed to be compensated by the Senegal government SAPCO agencies which managed the land. But even after more than 10 years, some residents claim they are still waiting for their payments. The fees promised to residents who moved has never been paid. This immediate failure to justify or compensate local communities who were forcibly displaced cast a long shadow over the project's ethical standing from the outset. Furthermore, 3 years after the initial announcement in 2018, local residents started reporting that aside from a single ceremonial foundation stone laid in August 2020, virtually no significant construction had begun. This lack of progress, coupled with the unfilled promises to the original landowners, raised the first major red flag. Long before the pandemic could be used as an excuse, it showed a fundamental disconnect between the grand announcement and the big execution of the project. The biggest bombshell came in 2022 when Akon's former business partner, Devin Stevens, filed a $4 million lawsuit against Akon for unpaid royalties and alleged debt from a 2018 settlement. But Stevens didn't stop there. He asked a New York judge to freeze Akon's assets, and his legal team, including attorney Jeffrey Movet and retired federal agent Scott Thomason, launched a full-scale assault claiming Akon City and Akon displayed many of the trademark characteristics of fraudulent business ventures such as a Ponzi scheme and pyramid schemes. Moviet stated Akon City's plans are just broken promises with almost no transparency about who is investing. Now, Akon denied these accusations, calling Stevens' actions spiteful, but Akon did pay an $850,000 settlement to resolve part of the lawsuit. And the timing of these allegations, coupled with the lack of visible progress on the ground, painted a damning picture despite Akon's insistence that the project was 100,000% moving forward. These serious legal claims introduced widespread public skepticism and fueled the scam narrative, linking the ambitious project to a classic fraudulent scheme designed to enrich early investors through new money. A core pillar of Akon City was Akon's Akon, self-created cryptocurrency intended to be the city's sole medium of exchange and a way to unite Africa with a digital economy. Akon himself marketed it heavily. However, just like many ambitious crypto ventures, Akon utterly collapsed. In fact, today it is down 100%. The crash of Akon deals a devastating blow to the project's financial foundation, especially concerning its ability to repay investors and fund ongoing construction. The cryptocurrency market went into a bear market, wiping out a significant financial pillar, further eroded trust amongst potential investors and the public. If the very currency meant to power the city couldn't hold its value, what did that say about the city itself? It reinforced the idea that the project was built on speculative hype rather than solid financial footing, leaving early adopters holding worthless digital coins. As the years rolled by with minimal progress, even Senegal's government, who was initially so supportive, started to lose patience. By 2024, Senegal delivered an ultimatum giving Akon 2 weeks to begin meaningful construction or risk having the land taken away. This official pressure signaled a significant loss of faith from the host country. Akon's response to the consistent delays and mounting criticism has varied. Often pointing fingers, he blamed the pandemic for pushing back plans by 2 years. A valid point to some extent. However, he's also admitted to the BBC that the project wasn't being managed properly, taking full responsibility. Yet, he simultaneously claimed politics has always been in the way when there is something good to be made, suggesting external sabotage. He even admitted to promoting Akon City far too soon, making decisions too fast without waiting for crucial studies like environmental assessments. These shifting excuses, from a global pandemic to internal mismanagement, political interference, and premature promotion, further clouded the transparency of the project and raised doubts about Akon's leadership and the project's actual feasibility. Beyond just failed ambition, some experts suggest Akon City might have been a real estate play all along. Christopher Manchinowski, an associate professor of urban design, stated, Akon City is really just the beginning. He describes such ambition as propaganda that helps politicians and business leaders appear productive. He noted that once a glossy plan is put forth, the value of the land and adjacent land is suddenly escalated, creating value without anything actually being built. This means money can be made and political capital can be gained purely from speculation, with little intention of actual construction benefiting well-connected actors. There are also speculators that Akon secured significant funding from Chinese lenders who often invest in infrastructure in poor countries that could grant them ownership if Akon defaults, thereby bleeding the country dry of resources and local labor. Adding to the skepticism in Akon's own controversial past, Akon's a liar, and he allegedly fabricated a story about being the leader of an auto theft ring and spending years in jail to boost his street credibility and market himself in the rap industry. While he did spend some time in jail, his only felony conviction was reportedly for gun possession, not a long jail sentence because of an auto theft ring he got caught doing. This history of self-promotion through exaggerating or false narratives makes it harder for critics to trust him, fueling the argument that Akon City was less about development and more about a speculative venture or even a calculated scam. So was Akon City a notable failure, or was it a scam disguised as a dream? The evidence suggests a project riddled with broken promises, serious legal allegations, a crashed cryptocurrency, and a questionable motive. While Akon has certainly achieved great things, like the Akon City situation left a bitter taste for many who hope for a real African Wakanda. Instead, it appears that it's probably not going to happen. But anyways, drop a comment below and let me know your take. Do you think Akon intentionally scammed Africa, or was he just way over his head? What's your honest opinion? Because I'm curious. I'm out.